Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today we're gonna actually be doing something kind of different, just because I've been getting so many requests to do like how to actually do makeup, but just people want to know like how to do all the foundation, the contour, the things like that. Since prom season is coming up, I understand that people don't want to spend 50 bucks just to get their makeup done, so it's much cheaper to do it at home, you know, even though makeup costs an arm and a leg. So today, if you are here, I'm putting this into a small playlist, doing all the different things. So if you're looking for just one thing, you can go right to that one and not have to like look around for it, because I'll have it all there in a playlist. But if you want, you can just watch it all through. I'm gonna be doing kind of like what I'm thinking I'm gonna be doing for prom, because I'll tell you about that later. So yeah, if you guys are excited, thank you guys for watching today. Keep watching to see how to actually do makeup, and if you don't like this, well, sorry. And then let's just go into getting ready. So the first thing on the whole makeup thing is preparing your skin. It's very important because your makeup is like, you don't want your makeup to be messed up just because you have bad skin. And like, there's not bad skin, it's just you can like prepare your skin for makeup. You want to like, it's like priming a canvas basically. So what you want to do first is wash your face, which I've already done, I promise. I've already washed my face because you don't want the extra oils or dirt or grime to be under there, because all that makeup's just going to trap that in there and it's not going to be good for your actual skin. So you want to make sure you have that done. Then you want to take like any type of moisturizer or serum. I like taking this is the Beyond Belief Skin Vitality Replenish Lift and Firm Serum, because already it's starting that anti-aging, and then you just want to like take a little bit and then just kind of put it all over your skin. This one's like good to press in and go up, because if you drag down, that's gonna drag down your wrinkles and cause that even more. You don't want to like go heavy like but like just lightly kind of just tap it all in, get that blood flowing. And yes, I do have a giant zit coming in here, but since now that's just gonna like hydrate your skin. So, and if you have oily skin, get one that is a hydrator thing that is not oil based, because that's just gonna add to your oil. If you're dry, feel free, because oil is very nourishing sometimes. Like if it's a good oil, just make sure you hydrate your skin. That's what I'm basically saying here. Okay, yeah, let's move on to the next step. Next step is priming the skin. Yes, we've already done like, now that we've like gotten it hydrated, we want to take a primer, that way the makeup will actually like stick to your face. And I'm using my NYX Honey Do Me Up primer, because this is also it's a primer and serum in one. So you're gonna get those benefits of both the serum and a primer, because it's got both in it. And yes, I do have my windows open because it's actually a nice day out and I'm using it while I can. But you just want to you don't want to go too heavy on primer, because it's not good. I don't know why, it's just not, because you're gonna have to like wait for it forever to kind of just, you want it to settle into the skin, and you want to get all the benefits of it, and you want it to make it last, because primer is expensive too. Makeup in general is expensive, so you want it to make it last. But a lot of times a good primer will be kind of like tacky, so then once you feel it kind of feeling a little sticky, you know your makeup's gonna stick to it, and it's like a really good feeling. I just like to tap it all, because you can, at least I can hear like it just like sticking, like, you know that sound? It's like it's very satisfying, very satisfying. Okay, so next you want to take your clean, damp beauty blender or brush or whatever you want to use, your fingers, for foundation, because foundation is very, like, it's the foundation. You want it to be good. You want it to be even. You can choose your coverage then, light, medium, or full. I'm obviously a full coverage person. I like to cover all this. But you can take whatever foundation you want, whatever you prefer, whatever you want to use it with. I like to use a Beauty Blender because it just creates like a flawless kind of airbrushed look. And then you can choose your coverage for whatever you prefer. Obviously, if you... 2017 is going to be the year of, like, I feel like natural skin. Not for me. Not for me. But I feel like if you have good skin and you want to show it off. Because people nowadays love, like, good skin. Good skincare, perfect. But, and then a lot of what I like to do, I do like to mix. Because I use my L'Oreal Pro Matte Infallible. And then my L'Oreal True Match in the Lumi to give it me, like, because this is, like, darker and this one's lighter. So you want to, like, I'll show you what I'm gonna do. But the foundation itself is kind of a good, like, it's like your base, obviously. You want it to be good. And you can use anything you want. You can use a brush, Beauty Blender, your finger. Finger is always really cheap because makeup brushes aren't cheap either. So you can literally just kind of do all that. But I'm gonna use my Beauty Blender. Now that all out of the way, I'm just gonna squirt a little bit of my infallible stuff on there. And I'm gonna do this in strategic places, like where I want, like, my highlights kind of to be. Because since this one is darker, I'm gonna do it where I want my contour. Because and this stuff is just so full coverage. It's gorgeous. And I know a lot of people are, people don't always go on their eye for foundation, but, like, I like to just because, like, it's an extra layer of, like, coverage for my eyes. My eyes are so veiny. Like, I don't know why, but you can really always just see my eyes. And a lot of times, like, if you're gonna, we're gonna add, some concealer too. And if you don't want to do, like, this extra step because I'm just extra, you can, just leave that out if you want to add concealer. But yeah, you can see I'm just bouncing this all on. I'm kind of just taking this, like, all over, and you can see, like, it the L'Oreal Pro Matte Infallible collection is just so, and the Lumi, of course, they're just so good. They create such a beautiful skin-like look. L'Oreal honestly just creates some really great foundation. Ow, I just nailed myself in the forehead. Ow. But as I was saying, L'Oreal creates really good foundations. Because honestly, all the foundations that I've tried by them are so good. This one especially, it's just so full coverage. Only thing is, like, it will kind of, this one at least will oxidize on me. And if you don't know what oxidizing is, it's when you put on the foundation and then, like, after since it's getting exposed to the air, it will darken a little bit. And I've had some bad experiences with that. One time I was doing a person and they had just gotten their foundation matched somewhere, and I was using that primer, I keep saying primer. I was using their foundation, and I put it on them, and it started oxidizing, and it was looking gray, and I'm like, what do I do? What do I do? So I just, like, put a crap ton of powder on it, and I'm like, okay, very good, very good. Because, yeah, really, after putting all that stuff on, you really don't need all the extra, because foundation will, like, it's the base, it's a base color, but, like, once you add all that other stuff on it, it's, like, covered up. So then I'm going to take my L'Oreal True Match Lumi foundation as well, and I'm just going to, like, watch what I do with it. I'm going to put it around the edges where I want to be darker. And yes, I did clean my beauty blender. It is very important to clean your beauty blender if you have one. If not, clean your brushes. I just did that. I just cleaned my beauty blender. You can see it's pinker now. But you really want to make sure you have a clean tool as well. Clean your fingers. You make sure you clean your fingers, because you should be doing that on a regular basis. But you really want to use like something clean, because you don't want to be pressing like extra bacteria and things like that into your skin, because that's one, kind of gross, and just it's not good for your skin. And okay, do you see like what that did? That kind of did just like contour me already. It's just light, but like still already have that base set. I'm gonna go around here just because contour. Don't forget, yes, one important thing, match it like with your neck. Put foundation on your neck so it doesn't look like you have this and this, because I've seen, after show choir, I've seen so many girls with a mask on of foundation and it's a completely different color than their neck, like, and it's been orange. It's not pretty. It's not natural. It's not good. You don't want that. So put foundation on your neck. Blend it with your neck. Like, see? It looks like my skin. See that? See that? Yeah. That out of the way now. Next, I know I'm a little extra with this because this is an expensive and hard to get thing, but the Tarte Shape Tape. I don't think there's anything that can compare to this stuff. It is such a good concealer, and for concealer, you want to, well, I use concealer mainly to like highlight, kind of, just as like my whole thing, because like this is where you want places to pop. But if you like have your foundation, if it's full coverage, it will cover like different areas. But if it's a sheer coverage and you have a few spots that you want covered, that's what you can use for concealer for. But you want to match that concealer to your skin. This is definitely like a few shades lighter than me right now, so that's why I'm using it as a highlighter. But if you want to actually conceal, like you can kind of see like right here, it's like there's that, and like you can use your foundation to do stuff with that, or you can choose not to. That's totally up to you. But that's just a personal preference thing. And I'm using this here. We're gonna do the typical triangles under the eyes. And this stuff just goes a long way. That's why I love it. It's so good. It's so rich in pigment. It's so blendable and creamy. I love this stuff so much. I'm gonna hit my bridge of the nose just to kind of like get that little above Cupid's bow, right on the chin, and up to the forehead a bit. And these are all places that we just want to pop. Like, see? Because in my face, it gives your face more dimension. I'm just gonna do a little right here too, just kind of, yeah! This is gonna be a little bit extra. I'm fine with that. If you're not into that, you don't have to. This is just my personal preference to like have that extra-ness to it, because I want it. And if you're not into that, you don't have to say anything about it, because that's my preference and not yours. I think people just always think like, they always gotta like sound off and be like, well, I'm like, you don't have to say nothing. But seriously, just look at how beautiful this already blends out. Like, ugh. And I know I've seen a lot of people everyone does their makeup a little bit differently. And it's honestly so great to see different people do things different ways. Like, some people, I don't know how they do it, but they start with their eyes, and Lord bless them, because it looks great. I just could never do that, because I would end up like messing up my eyebrows, messing up my eyeshadow, and being like, that doesn't look good. So I always do like my foundation first, just because it sounds like foundation is like, you just kind of get into a rhythm of what you like to do and how you do things. And like, oh, how pretty do I look like right now? Ugh. And see, concealer will like just get rid of those like dark circles. This one especially gets rid of that. I mean, it doesn't get rid of puffiness, as you can see. It just makes it look less. Like from here, like no bags at all. And when I smile, I kind of crease a little. I'm like, hey. Oh God. Let's never smile again. Y'all know I'm not gonna do that. Okay, so now that we have like the foundation and the concealer on, next, I do things differently sometimes. So, either you're going to want to contour or set it with your powder, one of the two. I'm gonna do like my actual like setting powder first because I feel like I do that first. No, actually not. I'm gonna go to contour because I'm gonna show you a trick that's really good. You want to take whatever contour shade you are, like I'm using this, and then really you can use whatever brush you want. But I'm using the Sephora contour brush. They don't make this anymore, I don't think, again, because like I saw it and I'm just like, I gotta have it. And it was like on sale. I'm like, hey, I can actually afford it. But you want to take whatever you're contouring with. You can contour with a powder or a cream. I used to do creams, but I don't anymore. Cream contouring, you have to be skilled with creams because it's a little more advanced. Powder is beautiful. It's a flawless, almost airbrush finish, which I love. You can do that with a cream too, but a cream is definitely more dramatic. So if you're not looking for that, don't do a cream contouring. And powder is much easier and simpler to do for people who are beginning. And you can use whatever brush you want. I'm using this one again. Oh, yay. And then you want to just use this to where you want to hollow out your areas. Like, I hold my brush and I'll go right next to, and well, like right at the cheekbone, right below. Like, you can find it, feel on your face where your cheekbone is, and then like kind of go right below it. Because that will hollow you out and make it look like it makes you look sculpted more. And this is really heavy contouring. And you want to just like blend that up and down. As you can see, I'm feathering it. Like, and some people, you don't want to go really past your Adam's apple. I mean, you can if you're like me, like extra, but you really want to just kind of focus it right back here. And I can't talk. If you want like extra, go darker in back and then lighter in front. Because you can definitely do more than one. That is totally fine. I am not going to tell you how you to do your makeup. As I'm making a tutorial on how to do your makeup. But you don't have to listen to me. You can definitely do more, less, whatever you want. Okay. Do you see that right there? Apparently I have a spot that won't take makeup. If you have one of those, well, I don't know. Just put more on it. It's fine. This is fine. Another good area to contour is your temples. This will give you kind of more of a sunken in skeleton look. But this also, contouring and bronzing are like very similar but also kind of different. Bronzing up the skin, you're just kind of like giving an overall glow and like tan look to you. And contouring is like the actual act of sculpting out your face. So this part is more kind of bronzing. I mean, yes, the darker it is, the more it will like hollow out your face, but this is just kind of like to warm it up and make it look like you got tans weeks ago when you really didn't and you should have been. I'm just joking. I've seen people tanning and I'm like, why? I'm like, because I'm like, I want to be pale, honestly, because it just is a lot easier to find paler shades than darker shades for me. And then I'm contouring my neck to give me a more defined jawline. Because this natural light thing is like, I love natural light, but at the same time I'm like, you can't see anything as much. Or you can see it all. Because there's just an extra light right there, because my window's right there, and I'm like, but yeah. And I'm actually gonna go in with a darker shade too, and I'm gonna just show you what you wanted to do if you were extra. See, darker shade, just right back here. Just kind of add a little more to that. See, it's all you need. It's all you need. Just right there. And then hit this again, and this, and there. That is the contouring. And then just to finish this off, you want to go in with your translucent powder, or white powder in my case, because I like to brighten it. And you want to go under the eyes and set the rest of your face, if you use like a translucent powder or this. And this will like just ensure that your makeup stays in place and it like won't move around throughout the night, because for any type of thing, you want your makeup to stay and not move around. Most people do, at least, and I do. And I'm gonna, anywhere you don't want, because you don't want your makeup to crease, so wherever you want like more non-creasing, you're gonna want to put powder there. And that's why I'm putting it mainly under the eyes and my smile lines, because I smile a lot, unlike most people. And I'm not offended by smile lines. If my makeup comes up in my smiles lines, at least it shows I'm smiling and having a good time. I love to think it like that, like, because I'm smiling, I'm enjoying life. Hey, smile lines happen. But then I'm gonna show you guys, if you want extra, even more for your contouring, you can go in with this and just kind of cut your contour. Like, you see that? If you went too far down with your contour and you want to fix it, this is how. Like, and then there. Wapa. Make sure you get, you know, even. And then we're gonna let most of this kind of just sit. I forgot my forehead and nose. Oops. So this next part is called baking. No, we ain't baking a cake. Well, actually, we're baking this cake. But this is just the process of letting the powder like sit on top of your foundation and like really soaking it in, making it, and it makes it stay longer. So the longer you leave it in, the like more it'll like stick to your foundation and whatnot, which is kind of a good thing. Actually, yeah, I'll show you guys. Contouring your nose. It's difficult. I will say that. And if you're not up to it, don't do it. Okay? So you want to take, I'm taking just a regular brush. And this is what I normally use to like blend my crease, because it's good for blending this. Well, actually, one good. So for this, you want to go like right at the edge of the bridge of the nose. Do you see? And it just creates, you don't want to go super heavy on this, because honestly it'll look like it's there. And what I usually do is after I do my eyeshadow and everything, that's when I typically will contour my nose more. But this is, since we're in the contouring foundation kind of thing, we're gonna let that slide a little bit and just kind of like go back and forth, make sure you're blending, and you can see like right there. That's where you want it to hit, and that's like where it'll contour. I know the lighting is like hard to see with this, and then you want to like blend that up into your makeup increase, and that's why I typically will wait until I've actually like done my eyeshadow then. Alright, so that is contouring. Hope you guys enjoyed that.